Let's get right into it. Number 8. Gorillas, once thought to be a myth. This one will mess with your head. Imagine a world where gorillas were as real as unicorns. For thousands of years, that was the reality. African tribes told Europeans about giant hairy man-beasts deep in the forests. The European response? Laugh, call it primitive superstition, and move on. Back in the 5th century BC, Greek explorer Hanno wrote about fierce creatures his guides called goril. Most Europeans figured he'd just seen some angry chimps after one too many wineskins. Fast forward to 1847, when Dr. Thomas Savage examined massive skulls with teeth built to crush coconuts and bone structures that looked human-like but weren't. Then, explorer Paul du Chaillu ventured into the jungle and saw the so-called myths with his own eyes. Locals probably rolled theirs thinking, "We've been telling you this forever." Even after proving land gorillas existed, scientists refused to believe mountain gorillas were real, until 1902, when a German captain confirmed it. Number 7. Ball lightning, from myth to science. Picture medieval England. You're in church, minding your business, when a glowing ball of light drifts through the wall. You tell people, and suddenly they're booking your exorcism. For centuries, people described these mysterious orbs appearing during thunderstorms, floating spheres that hovered, shifted direction, and passed through walls like ghostly disco balls. Scientists tossed these tales into the lay off the mead category. In the 1600s, a church in Devon experienced one firsthand. It left scorch marks and a stench that could gag a demon. For years, it remained a curiosity, until modern scientists finally captured one on camera. Turns out ball lightning is real. Rare plasma formations that can last longer than regular lightning, and even pass through solid walls. Not because they're ghosts, but because plasma plays by its own rules. Number 6. The Hittite Empire, from biblical rumor to reality. For centuries, historians treated the Hittites like Bigfoot, mentioned in the Bible, supposedly a mighty empire rivaling Egypt, but likely just fiction. That changed in 1906, when German archaeologist Hugo Winkler struck historical gold in Turkey, 10,000 clay tablets detailing royal politics, trade, and diplomacy. These weren't random scribbles. They confirmed the Hittites were a major superpower of the ancient world. One tablet even documented a peace treaty with Pharaoh Rameses II. Basically the ancient Cold War's finale, but with chariots instead of nukes. Number 5. Rogue waves, once impossible. Imagine being an 1800s sailor who survives a wave the height of a castle. You tell people and they assume you've been sipping seawater. For centuries, sailors spoke of liquid mountains rising out of calm seas, waves so massive they could swallow ships whole. Scientists said such waves broke the laws of physics. Then, on January 1st, 1995, at Norway's Dropner oil platform, laser equipment recorded an 84-foot monster wave on a calm day with 20-foot swells. No exaggeration, no drunken sailors, just undeniable proof. Now scientists believe these ship-eating giants are more common than we'd like to think. They're just good at leaving no witnesses. Number 4. The Norse sagas, truth disguised as legend. Historians once treated Norse sagas like your uncle's fishing stories, each retelling bigger and less believable. Tales of Vikings sailing across the Atlantic to settle in North America sounded absurd. But in the 1960s, Helga and Anne Ingstad uncovered a Viking settlement in Newfoundland, Lonso Meadows. 8 buildings matched saga descriptions perfectly. Artifacts like bronze pins, bone needles, and ship repair tools proved these Vikings weren't just passing through. They were exploring far south, into warmer lands where butternuts, found at the site, grew naturally. That meant they ventured deep into what is now the United States. Number 3. Meteorites. From peasant tales to science. In the 1700s, claiming rocks fell from the sky earned you ridicule. The educated insisted the heavens were perfect and unchanging. Meteorites? Impossible. When villagers presented actual space rocks, scientists blamed volcanoes or strong winds. Then in 1803, in L'Aigle, France, thousands of stones rained down in broad daylight. The entire town saw it. With physical evidence scattered everywhere, science was forced to admit the truth. What they once called superstition was actually astronomy in action. Number 2. The Amazons. Real warrior women. For millennia, people thought the Amazons were just Greek fantasy, unstoppable female warriors. But excavations near the Black Sea revealed female skeletons buried with weapons, armor, and war injuries. These weren't ceremonial weapons. The bones told stories of brutal combat, arrow wounds, sword cuts, shattered bones. In some regions, up to 40% of warrior graves were women. They were honored with horses, jewelry, and even human sacrifices. Greek art shifted from depicting them as dainty women in dresses to fierce riders in pants, practical for shooting arrows from horseback. Number 1. Troy. From legend to archaeology. For thousands of years, Troy was dismissed as pure myth from Homer's Iliad. Then came Heinrich Schliemann, a wealthy German obsessed with proving the story true. Armed with a copy of the epic and a shovel, he dug into a Turkish hill and found not one Troy, but 9. Layers of cities built atop each other over centuries. Massive walls, weapons, pottery, jewelry, and evidence of a great fire matched the era of the Trojan War. Unfortunately, Schliemann's reckless methods, like blasting with dynamite, destroyed priceless layers of history. Still, the site's location, controlling the gateway to the Black Sea, made strategic sense. The war might have been less about Helen and more about controlling lucrative trade routes. That's a wrap for today's list. More unbelievable true stories are coming, so hit that subscribe button and don't miss what's next.